Argenta has a comprehensive accounting and financial system built right in. All of our financial modules are automated and integrated with the general financials module, streamlining your accounting processes and making it very easy to manage your funds efficiently. I'm Andy O'Connor, the Chief Financial Officer for Argenta, and in this knowledge base article, I'll walk you through the heart of the general financial system, the chart of accounts. The chart of accounts is an organized list of all the financial accounts in your general ledger. It acts as the foundation for the accounting system, enabling the recording and categorization of all financial transactions. For nonprofit organizations, the chart of accounts is tailored to reflect the unique structure and needs of the sector, incorporating accounts that capture donations, grants, fundraising event ticket sales, membership fees, invoice payments, and program expenses, among others. To access the chart of accounts, select General Financials, then Chart of Accounts from the main menu on the left side of the screen. As soon as you subscribe to Argenta, your chart of accounts is automatically set up with all of the default accounts necessary for accepting payments through the Argenta e-commerce interface with Stripe. You'll notice an account called a checking account. So you can edit the name of this or any account by selecting the corresponding open icon in the list, and this will take you into the account workspace. Here, you can modify the account in several ways. You can make the account active or inactive, change the name of the account, or change the account number. The account number in the chart of accounts is very important, and there are some things you need to consider when numbering an account. GAAP, or generally accepted accounting principles, dictates the account number ranges. First is assets, and assets are the things you own. They are numbered in the 1000s. Assets are things like cash on hand, bank accounts, or petty cash. They can also be accounts receivable or fixed assets like buildings, equipment, or vehicles. Next is liabilities. Liabilities are the money you owe and are numbered in the 2000s. Liabilities are things like accounts payable, short-term or long-term debt. Then there's equity. Equity is your overall worth, and it's numbered in the 3000s. Equity is things like retained earnings, restricted net assets, or fund balances. Think of equity as what you have minus what you owe. Next, you have income. Income is the money you receive, and it's numbered in the 4000s. Non-profit income includes what I talked about earlier then: donations, grants, event ticket sales, membership fees, invoice payments, and any other revenue. Finally, we have expenses, the money that you spend. Expenses are numbered in the 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9,000s. Argenta has an excellent business expense manager that interfaces with the chart of accounts and general journal. Because everything in Argenta works with everything else, it's quick and easy to get your data in and out. Accounting data is no different. Now that you understand how to number your accounts, we can determine whether to designate the account to use an account register. An account register in Argenta is used for tracking and reconciling all the financial transactions of a specific account. It's similar to a traditional ledger, a detailed list of every transaction that affects the particular account. This includes deposits, withdrawals, transfers, and other financial activities. Using a register allows you to keep a running balance and reconcile the account using the reconciliation tool in Argenta. If you need this functionality for an account, choose yes in the will account be used with a register field. Next, you'll determine if the account is an installment or a revolving credit account. An installment account is any account you make payments on, like a loan. Transactions primarily include periodic payments that reduce the outstanding balance of the loan. So using an account register for an installment account, account tracks the decreasing loan balance over time as payments are made until the debt is fully repaid. Conversely, regular accounts include transactions like deposits, checks, electronic transfers, ATM withdrawals, debit card purchases, fees, and interest credits. The account register reflects the available funds, which fluctuate with deposits and withdrawals. Then there are a few other fields. You can update here in the workspace. You can change the date that the account was opened and the account type. You can't change the account type for a system account because these can't be changed. So then system accounts are the accounts set up to work with Argenta's integration. You can update the account detail type, which refers to a further classification or subdivision within the main account types to provide more specific detail about the nature of transactions recorded in each account. You can update the institution's account number. This is the account number given to you by the institution that holds this account. Like a bank account or a loan account number. The next few fields, the contact name, phone number, address, and description are for the financial institution associated to the account. That's fairly self-explanatory then, isn't it? Back up to the top of the page then are the tabs, and like any other workspace in Argenta, you've got a related files tab where you can upload any files related to the account, the notes tab where you can create as many notes as necessary for the account, and the record permissions tab, which is how you can limit who exactly can view the account workspace. Argenta takes security very seriously then, especially in the accounting system because, well, that's finances, right? So you can set permissions on a quite granular level, even designating that a user can view a record but not update it. The final tab here is transactions, and this is where you can see all the transactions for the account. If you don't have a register for the account where you would periodically reconcile your transactions, well, you can come here and see them with a running balance. Now, let's go back to the chart of accounts and open an account register so I can show you the difference then. If an account has a register, you'll see the green account register button here. And conversely, if an account doesn't have a register, well, obviously they won't show that icon for that account. Let's open here the register for the account we've been working with, and here's the full register, which is clearly in descending date order and tallying a running balance. There's a lot you can do here, isn't there? Like every list in Argenta, you can filter the transactions in the account by various fields. You can export the transactions to a spreadsheet. Either Excel or Google Sheets will work too. You can take bulk actions on selected transactions by using the bulk actions here. You can open any of these transactions, and what's important to understand is this opens the original entry point record. So then, as an example, donations are entered in the donation module and added as a transaction. In that case, the original entry is the donation record. Like clicking the open button will open the corresponding donation record where you can make changes as needed. Keep in mind, and this is what makes Argenta so powerful, is that everything is integrated, right? So what that means to you is connections between things like events and expenses are important for understanding your finances, for things like budgeting and decision making. Once you begin to understand how one system is thoroughly working all the modules for you, you can see how it will save you a lot of time and hassle. I sort of saved the most important thing here for the last, and that's reconciling your bank statements or your transactions from your online banking register with the transactions in Argenta. Right now, this process is still manual, but we're working this year to integrate a direct online connection with all the different financial institutions. So this process will become more automated and a little easier. For now, I'll show you here how easy it is to reconcile and how Argenta gives you the cues you need really to get this to balance. I'll talk through how I balance the transactions we have for our company, because that's a practical use case for this. I just go to my bank's online portal and open that. You can, of course, just use the paper account statement you receive in the mail, if you like. For my purposes, and with the online portal, I'll take the balance they're showing me and plug that in here. Then I'll click the Go button here to set up the reconciliation. There's the balance bar here then. It shows you how many transactions are unreconciled, the current account balance from your system, the total amount of the unreconciled transactions, what's outstanding, and then what's the discrepancy before we choose transactions to reconcile. If you don't know, outstanding is the difference between what's unreconciled and the bank balance, so total unreconciled minus your current bank balance in the system. The discrepancy is the amount outstanding minus the balance you entered here from your bank, or what we call the real-time balance. So look, we go through the transactions from your bank's portal that have cleared and just check them off here. When you've got them all and you've made sure they match, you click this button here, the Reconcile Selected Transactions button. You're going to see then the balance bar changes and should be current. If you've balanced, then the discrepancy will show 0 and tell you that you have balanced. Right then, you're all done. The trouble comes when something isn't showing up properly in the register, or the balance is not 0 at the end of the process then. So here's where the tricky part comes. You have to figure out why, and there can be a lot of different reasons for that. You may have a transaction here that was a recurring expense, for example, and the monthly fee went up and you didn't know it until now when you're seeing it. That's okay. What you do then is you open the transaction, and again, this goes back to the original entry record. So for expenses, the expense workspace, where you can update the amount. As long as you use the save and exit button here in the workspace, it will save your changes and take you right back to the reconciliation screen. Now, this is where a lot of people get hung up, because you do have to re-enter the original balance from your bank's portal or your account statement here, then sort of restart the process. And other things can happen too. If you missed entering an invoice payment, or maybe you forgot to enter a deposit, but that's okay. Then, yeah, you can do that now by using the new tab feature here, which I use all the time, by the way. Go to wherever you need to add something, then come back to this tab after and start over again with all the transactions in as they should be. You might run into something else, and if you are just stuck and can't figure it out, that's okay. Help is available. Go to Help and Support and put in a support request. We have an exceptional account services team, and someone will be happy to jump in a call with you to get you to where you should be. I myself have been pulled into accounting-related calls, and I've been able to lend a hand when it was needed. So reach out. We're here to help. I've gone a little bit deeper than just the chart of accounts here, but I think this is going to be helpful for you. That's all then. We are working on our knowledge base now, trying to get out as many videos like this as we can to get you the help you need. Check that out if you do need to. It's found at argentasoftware.com/KB. Right then, thank you for watching this. I'm Andy O'Connor, Chief Financial Officer, hopefully helping you to get the most out of Argenta.